No one will admit it, but they feel it. Your presence gets heavier. Your eye contact gets deeper. You don't chase, you attract. On semen retention, you don't need to speak. They're watching, but they'll never say a word.
The bottom line is they're secretly watching you. When you finally when you're in a state where you're starting to take care of things, you're starting to take care of everything. You're working on everything specifically. Your days are super intentional. You literally list out everything that you need to fix in your life, and then you actively set a schedule to start doing this on a consistent basis. When you do this, your vibration is going to raise. Meaning, what starts to happen is that your core being, who you are, is starting. You're starting to magnetize yourself. You're starting to become someone who attracts situations because of the person you are. This is what I'm trying to tell you, because of quote unquote vibration. If you're talking about energy, if we're talking about how the world works, it's energy, thoughts, and vibration. Meaning the world responds to what you're giving out. So if you're in a state of perpetual fear, I know people who are literally basking in negativity and fear on a 24/7 basis. They're literally living in this depleted state of being fearful, scared, and just being super fearful about things happening in life. And this is why they're always getting unfortunate circumstances. It's not because of the circumstances itself, it's because they're attracting, because that's what they're thinking about 24/7. You guys have to realize this. Now, what I'm telling you is you still have to take care of things, but you have to do it in a way where you have faith that all the things that you're worried about are actually going to leave once you start acting on these things. That's what you have to realize. Like, you just have to you have to stop basking in negativity. Stop basking in fear and start actually living intentionally and start fixing things and become the action, become the doer. See, the thing is, they're secretly watching you. They're secretly watching you because anytime you start actually accomplishing things and really doing things for your betterment, like you subconsciously start leveling up. Subconsciously, people are gonna hit you back up. They're gonna start looking at your stories, maybe random people that you haven't talked to in a while, because you subconsciously are giving off that you're leveling up. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to realize. In any case, if you're looking for someone to come back in your life, or you want to hear from somebody that you haven't heard from in a long time, the best thing for you to do is subconsciously start leveling up. You have to start to leveling up. And what does leveling up mean? I mean, every aspect of your life you're starting to level up. You're becoming more present. You're starting to become more intentional. You start looking better. You start feeling better. You start living with more purpose. You're operating in faith. You're operating in purpose. When you start to do this when you start to actually do this, I'm not saying just to say it. When you actually start living like this is when things are starting to change in your life, because of the vibration that you're giving off. You're finally living in a state where you're taking care of things. You're feeling better about yourself, So this is what you really have to do. They're secretly watching you because they secretly see you leveling up. They'll never admit it in any dimension in life. They'll never admit it to your face. They'll never admit it to anybody else. But they're secretly watching you because you're actually taking care of things. You're leveling up, and because you're leveling up, you have no choice but to get eyeballs. People like what they see. People watch what they see. People like watching noteworthy things. And because you're leveling up subconsciously, they have to take it into account. This is exact. So never worry about them. Just focus on yourself, level up, and do the things that you have to do. There's no need to worry. This is what you really have to do. This is what you really have to realize. If it's acquaintances, people you haven't heard from in a long time, if you finally just focus on yourself and start doing you, you're going to see that they're watching. Maybe if it's an ex, a crush, the best thing to get back at some sort of ex-crush is to become the best version of yourself. No, undoubtedly. That's the best way to get back at anybody, to start actually living in a happy, purposeful, super deep life. See, the thing is, people live super shallow lives. they don't really think about their life as much as they think that they should, because they think that they're doing the things that they need to be doing, but in reality, they have to ask deeper questions. You have to ask deeper questions. You have to live in a higher consciousness. You have to live in a higher vibration. You have to start living on a deeper way of how to actually live life. When you start to do this, you're going to be more intentional, and because you're becoming more intentional, you're going to have more purpose, and people are going to feel this on a subconscious energetic level. It's very absurd to be not asking deeper questions, and living a very shallow life with no meaning, no real purpose, just doing it out of scarcity and fear. This is how your fellow man lives his life. He's literally living in fear and scarcity. For some odd reason, he thinks some big bad thing is just going to hurt him, and he's never going to recover, and things are always going to be terrible, when in reality that's literally not even the truth. Sure, things might come, and things might come to teach you things, but if you're literally anticipating the worst happening, then of course you're going to start getting the worst thing to happen. This is really how it comes to. There's always a solution to every problem. So they're going to be watching you because you're leveling up. You're leveling up. This is all I can really leave you with. You're actually leveling up your life. And because you're leveling up your life, people have to watch you on a subconscious level, because you're finally becoming your true, authentic version. And people are going to get inspired by this. They're going to get inspired by this. This is all you have to worry about, is just leveling up and becoming the best person, the best version of yourself. This literally is all you have to worry about. All this other stuff is just fake. Never mind what haters say, never mind what anybody else says. Just literally focus on you, become super intentional, become successful. You will have a congregation, you will have followers, your voice will be 10x deeper. You will live in an authority. You will live in an authoritative state because of the person that you're becoming. People will listen. They have to. It's human nature. So with that being said, I hope you liked the video. Also, I want you to, after watching this video, what I want you to do is I want you to click down in the description down below, and I want you to click on that little link I left for you. Now what it is going to lead you to this page where it's basically what happens when you start going on nofap and retention, specifically from a 3-phase perspective. 30-day period, what starts to happen, what you need to do on a consistent basis to start evolving in your life. Start trying new things. It's actually going to help you out. That's what I want you to do by clicking on the link in the description. We'll see you in the next one.